Good morning, GHS. Today's Thursday, October 26th, and it's the B-Day. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Noah.
And you're watching the Duke Daily. If you're interested in joining the New Gen Peace Builders, visit www.newgenpeace.org or go see Ms. Sturts in room A120 for more information.
Attention winter athletes. The deadline for 2.0 appeal letters is Wednesday, November 1st at 3 p.m. If you have any questions, please contact Ms. Hunter or your coach. There are information sheets in the main office.
Now for a Harbor video.
Have you ever noticed that when you ask someone, how are you doing? One of the most common responses is, man, I'm just so busy. We always talk about how busy we are. It's like being busy gives us this sense of accomplishment, or being busy gives us this sense of success or purpose. If you look at a teenager's life, it's like they're bouncing from one practice to the next, or from one school activity to another. And when they get done with their activity, they've got to cram in as much homework as they possibly can before they wake up the next day and they start their routine all over again. And in the middle of all this busyness, you're trying to balance your social life. It's almost like everyone feels like there's not enough hours in the day. I think in the midst of our busy lives, we begin to create our daily routines. It's like we form these habits. And I don't think those habits always help us live with this sense of intentionality or this sense of purpose. If you want to live your life with a sense of purpose, I think you've got to focus on 4 things. One of the most important areas you can focus on is your mind. What happens when we get caught up in our daily routine and the normal hustle of life is, I think our minds go numb. I think one day runs into the next and we stop living life in our own heads with this sense of intentionality. And so what I like to do is challenge myself. I challenge myself every year to do something that's going to push my mind. It might be something like learn a new language. It could be something like learn how to play a new instrument. Maybe that means that you pick a book and you read it. I think once we begin to push our minds, we start to live with this idea of life is intentional and life can be bigger and we can have a purpose. I feel like another area we need to focus on is our body. I feel like so many of us think that we're indestructible. And that's why I think it's important to make time to exercise. That's why it's important to eat right. I think it's really important for us to understand that if we want to live a life with a sense of purpose and we want to live life with a sense of intention, we've got to take care of our body. It's the only one we've got. I also think it's crucial for us to focus on our soul. And what I mean by that is, I think life's an adventure. I think it's supposed to be a journey. And I think the more that we live this life and the more that we approach it like it's supposed to be a journey and not just a set of daily routines and habits, that's when I think we start to fill our soul. And some of the ways that you can find this adventure is simple. Maybe it means going on a spontaneous trip with a friend. Maybe it means deciding to be alone and just go for a walk. Maybe it means you have to get a little bit more curious in your life. I think for some of you guys, it means put your phones down. There's a big world out there. You should go try and live it. Go experience it. And when you experience these things for the first time, when you do these things that are new, it's like it fills you up and it gives you this new sense of appreciation, this new sense of joy. And when you do those things, that's when you begin to have an intentional sense of purpose in your life. And lastly, I think we've got to learn to be grateful and intentional with the people around us. We've got to be intentional about spending time with one another and letting each other know just how thankful and grateful we are. So in the midst of your busy life, I think it's important to set goals. Set goals that can help you live with this sense of purpose. You've got to set goals for your mind, whether it's reading books or listening to things that are going to inspire you or expand your concept. And when it comes to your body, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to eat healthier. Challenge yourself to work out more. Challenge yourself to take care of the one body that you've got. And when it comes to your soul, live your life with this sense of adventure. Never stop being curious. And when it comes to living a life filled with gratitude, think about who you need to be present with. Think about who you need to say thank you to. One of my favorite quotes by JFK is, as we express our gratitude, the highest form of appreciation is not just to utter the words, but to live by them. So if life truly is a series of habits, make yours intentional. Give them a purpose.
If you have a part-time job, the yearbook staff wants you to submit pictures of you at work. You can email them to bridgetmotley20@gmail.com or landonwashier@gmail.com.
And here's today's nurse's fact. Rats destroy an estimated 1/3 of the world's food supply each year.
And now for today's Throwback Thursday picture. If you know who this is, send us a tweet at Duke Daily TV on Twitter.
Hey Kyle, what's the weather going to look like this week?
Well, Noah, today we will have a high of 63 and a low of 45 with 8-mile-per-hour winds. Tomorrow with a high of 69 and a low of 50 with 7-mile-per-hour winds. and Saturday with a high of 70 and a low of 59 with 10% chance of rain and 8-mile-per-hour winds.
Thanks, Kyle. But what is today's hot plate?
Today's hot plate is chicken vegetable soup with grilled cheese, a variety of fruits and vegetables, and milk.
That sounds good.
It does. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Have a great day and remember to
Stay fresh, GHS.